Hey, hey, hey. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to get corporate sponsors for your nonprofit without feeling salesy or feeling stuck. I'm going to talk to you about I'm going to show you a step-by-step guide to building real partnerships that fund your mission. But first of all, what you do is go grab your pencil and piece of paper. If you don't have your pencil and piece of paper yet, go ahead and take some time and grab it and come on, pop back in, okay? So, beautiful souls, today we're going to talk about something that can shift your entire funding game, and that's corporate sponsorships. Now, I know just hearing these words might make you feel nervous or even a little unqualified. You might be thinking, I'm just starting out. Who would want to sponsor me? But hear me on this. You don't need to be big, you just need to be strategic and relational. I'm going to walk you through a step by step way to land real corporate sponsorships, the kind that fuel your vision and honor your mission. Are you ready? Okay, come on, let's dive in. I know you got that pen and paper, so let's go. So, listen, before you ask for a dollar, you need to be known in your community. People give to those they know, like, and trust. So, you have to get visible. You need to start speaking at events, showing up in the room, telling your story, being in the community, being everywhere. Write some articles, share your impact, and yes, we have to get on social media because corporations want to see you on social media, okay? Because when your name is known, the doors swing open. They're like, oh, I think I want to align with her. I think I like what they're doing, all right? That's your step one. So in step two, not every company is the right fit. So keep that in mind. Not every company you work with is going to be the right fit for you. You want to find brands that align with your mission. If you help youth, look for companies with youth initiatives. If you're into wellness, look for health conscious brands. If you work in animal care, look at pet supply companies. They're a great start, okay? So that's what you want to do is look and find out who you align with and who aligns with your nonprofit, okay? So here's a tip. Visit a company's website, check their corporate social responsibility page. It'll show you what causes they already support. So when you say, "Oh, they already support this cause. This is what I do," and I fall in line, or you could be like, "Don't fall in line," okay? So you're not cold calling, you're connecting with synergy. You know who they like to sponsor, who they work with, so you can make sure that you're in line with it. So you're not just cold calling and say, "Hey," you're not going to a pet company when you want to provide services for adults, okay? Unless you're providing services for what is that? Animal rescue dogs, guard dogs, guide dogs, something along that line. You know what I mean? Okay, so this is key. Don't lead with, okay, I'm going to say this again. Do not lead with, "Here's what I need." They're not there to figure out what you need. Lead with, "Here's how we can help you achieve your goals." Because remember, they all have goals. They're holding the purse strings and they have money and they know what they want to do with the money. They just need help. Okay? And so you're here to help them achieve their goals. Maybe they need some brand visibility. Guess what? You've gotten out there and you've met with people in your own social media and you got a lot, your brand is visible, so they want to be attached to it because it gives them more brand visibility. Maybe it's employee engagement. Maybe they have employees and they want employee engagement, and the employees can come out and they can volunteer for your organization. Maybe they want to show up in the community in a real way, okay? So you want to position your ask so it helps them win too. So you want to know what it is they need, so make sure you check them out. This what makes it a partnership, not just a donation, because we're looking for long-term partnerships. We're not just looking for one-time donations. We're going to get those, but we want them to stay for the long haul, okay? So the next thing I want you to do is I want you to find the right person. Every company is structured differently. Some have a community engagement coordinator. Some go through marketing for their funding. Some route everything through their HR or their CEO. So don't waste time emailing the wrong people. Sometimes they may have 7 different people that you can go through for funding depending on how big the company is. That's another workshop I'll teach you. But that's during a workshop to show you how to really get to the right corporate people. So, and then if you know someone or your board knows someone, member knows someone, or someone that works for you, or someone knows someone, start there. If you don't, call and ask politely who handles sponsorship or community giving for your company, okay? So just ask them who's responsible for that. That one question can save you weeks of silence, all right? Next thing I want you to do is I want you to make the ask clear and specific. This is the time you have to prepare your one pager. So you not only you're using it, but also maybe your board member or some of your other staff is using it. Okay, this is your proposal. It needs to shine. It's not something that you might not get. You may not give to them. You're going to talk about it. Okay, it's going to include your mission. It's going to have talk about your website, what you're asking for, because you may just get them over the phone. If they say, "Well, ship it over to me," you already have it ready to ship over to them. Okay, it's like, what are you asking for? I'm asking for $25,000 or $2,500. I'm asking for in-kind support. I'm asking for something for our upcoming auction. I would love some volunteers. Can we get some media exposure, right? And then you want to let them know what they get in return. But don't just tell them what they get in return. Ask them what they would love to have in return, okay? They get a logo placement. They get an event shout out. You're going to be on all our social media posts and all of our 5 different platforms. Find out what it is that they want to, okay? And then how their support will create real impact. Let them know what they're giving you, how it's going to impact not only your organization, but the community and the people that you serve, okay? But I want to give you a quick caution, okay? Be careful about the IRS rules. You can acknowledge a sponsor, but don't turn your nonprofit into a marketing arm. You're not marketing for them. They're getting some recognition. Offering coupons or special discounts can trigger unrelated business income. I want you to talk to your tax person about that. Stick to things like your logo on materials, thank yous at events, or naming opportunities, okay? Not offering them coupons or special discount, because that kind of equates to money, okay? And that could be considered income. So I want you to look into that, okay? Then you need to send the follow-up. Once you've made the ask, follow up kindly, professionally, and persistently. Just follow up. Say something like, would you be open to chatting for 10 minutes about this opportunity? And if they don't reply right away, don't panic. Follow up again. People are busy. You're not annoying. You're passionate. Because remember, that's their job. Not on, that's their job. They want to be in the community and they want to market, and they can't be everywhere. So don't feel like you're pestering them. Pester them and get your needs met. Okay, the next thing is don't fear rejection. You're going to hear no, no, no. Sometimes you're going to feel like, dang, is my name no, no? When kids are little and the parents are like, no, no, no. And they're like, my name must be no, no. You're going to feel that way sometimes, but you're going to hear a lot of yeses, like as parents. As kids, we hear a lot of yeses too. This is just part of the journey. But every no is a lesson. But always ask, is there any feedback you could share so I can improve next time? What is it I could have done differently to get your business? Okay, don't feel bad about asking, because we're all learning, right? This kind of professionalism makes you memorable, and it often leads to a yes later, because they're like, well, they care, they want to know, they want to grow and get better. So we'd love to be a part of their organization. Excuse me. And then you want to deliver what you promise. If someone says yes, follow through on every single promise. Put their logo where you say it's going to go. Send them updates. Show them the impact of their gift, okay? Make sure you do that. Companies talk, and that's one thing, they talk. If one has a great experience with you, they'll refer others. Your reputation becomes your brand. It can be competitive, but your reputation becomes your brand, so you want to make sure that you keep your brand as beautiful and shining as possible, okay? So you want to make sure also that you keep the relationship going. The goal is not a one-time check. Remember, we don't want that one-time check. We want a partnership. We want a long-time relationship. Okay? The goal is a multi-year trusted relationship. Invite them to your events. Yeah, this is what's going on. Send them your newsletters, share photos, celebrate their involvement. And even sometimes before they even say yes, go ahead and send them your newsletter. Okay? You can still share photos, because that's still part of that nurturing. They may say, stop sending me stuff. Then let them say it, okay? But let them be a part of your journey, okay? Don't let them only hear from you when you're asking or you need money, okay? So corporate sponsors are not about begging or chasing. So don't feel like you're begging or chasing, and don't have your board member feel like they're doing their same. They're about building relationships with people who want to make a difference just like you. They want to make a difference, and they're here to make a difference, because most corporations have corporate giving programs. And you have what it takes, right? So if you just follow these steps, lead with your heart, and stay consistent. If you have any questions, you can join me on my free Sunday clarity call, and we can get a little bit more clarification where I'll walk you through your sponsorship goals. And we could talk about mapping out your one-pager, and I can give you some words of confidence so you can confidently reach out and ask, okay? Because guess what? Your mission is worthy of funding. Your work deserves to be seen, and you never have to figure it out alone. You don't. So click below again and register for my Sunday Clarity Call. And then also feel free, please, to share this with someone else who's on the same journey as you are and they're trying to start, grow, and build their nonprofit. Because we are here to build legacies, but we're here to make transformations. So nonprofit transformers, let's go. Let's transform ourselves, our community, and those we serve. I look forward to seeing you to the next video. And until then, peace.